Okay, here's another trick that could be done with a regular deck of cards. In other words, a borrowed deck, shuffled borrowed deck. I like those kinds of tricks and be impromptu. So I'm using kind of this vintage looking old bicycle deck just because it looks cool. And when you use a borrowed deck, you never know what you're going to get. Not everybody has bicycle rider backs, but these are good cards. And so what you do is you can, use your own deck or a borrowed one, but get them all shuffled up. And what you want to do is it's just be great if you had a couple of spectators, but you don't have to, but it's better with 2 or 3 people watching this. And we'll get the deck all shuffled. And then we'll tell our spectator, I want you to take a card out and look at it, hang on to it for just a bit. So they're going to take truly a free choice out of anywhere they want, and they're going to memorize the card. I'm going to show it to you. You wouldn't know what this is, but the spectator does. And we'll just keep it there for right now. And say, then what we're going to do is we're going to lose your card somewhere in the middle of the deck, but we're going to do it in a special way. I'm going to let this other spectator here decide where we lose it in the deck. They're actually going to tell us where to cut the cards, okay? So you're going to tell me where to stop, and that's where we're going to put that card, okay? So we're going to go like this, and you say, stop. Stop me right there. Okay, you stop me right there. Oh, look, stop me at the ace of spades. Okay, so put the card, your chosen card right there, right by the ace of spades. Oh no, wait a minute. It would be better if we shuffled these cards too, wouldn't it? So I don't know what the card's next to. All right, so we're gonna get these all shuffled up, and they can do that and get that all shuffled up. We don't want to look at them. Get them all shuffled up, and once they got them all mixed up, you remember your card, right? You got your card memorized? Okay. Now it's lost. It's somewhere in this deck. Remember your card, because if you don't, this won't work. Because here's what's going to happen. I'm going to turn the deck over, and I'm going to spread it out. And I want you to look at your card. Don't touch it until I've turned away, because I'm going to have you move your card. Here's what I mean. I'm spreading the deck like this so that every card shows it. Don't do anything yet, because I don't want to, give it away or anything. I want you to make sure that your card is still in the deck. First of all, don't look at it yet, because I don't want to see it. I don't want to know. I want you to look at your card, and then I'm going to turn away. But what I want you to do, this is unprecedented. I want you to take out your card wherever it is and put it someplace else in the deck. So I can't know, even if I somehow knew what it was, I won't know the new location. Okay, I'm going to turn my back, and you can move your card wherever you want to. Okay, now in this tutorial, I'm not going to do that. They can actually move their card. Okay, but let's say they have done that. They can literally move it wherever they want to. And then they can scoop up the cards and shuffle them, for that matter. Okay, so they've moved their card. They know what it is, and they've scooped up the cards, and they can literally shuffle the deck. That's right, they can shuffle the deck. So, okay, now you've got a card. I think it's only fair if I also have a card, and I'm going to select the card. Okay, and since you got to pick one, I'm going to pick one as well. I think I'm going to choose this one right here. Okay, the real question is, can my card find your card? My card's going to go right here in the middle of the deck, like that, pushed in. Okay, for the first time, let's tell each other our cards. My card was the 8 of diamonds. My card was the 8 of diamonds. What was your card? The 6 of spades. Huh. Let's see if somehow they found each other. Look at this. I see 2 cards here that found each other. Look at this. An 8 of diamonds and a 6 of spades. They've become best friends. Isn't that amazing? All right. So this is a combination of a few different things, a few different methods that make up a routine. That's usually what a card trick is. You take this method, that method, and mix it up like a recipe, and you have a card routine. I like the way this one works, though, because you're working with a shuffled deck, again, a borrowed deck, which makes it really great. And here's how we do it. Also, you may have noticed, a magician would be fooled by this because it looks like you're going to use the key card method, right? Did you fall for that? You thought we were going to use the key card method, and then we shuffled the other part. We couldn't see the cards. Well, guess what? I still used the key card anyway, and I'll show you how in a different way. So the deck is shuffled. We spread them out. They freely take any card they want. In this case, for this demo, we're going to be thinking of the 9 of hearts. They know the 9 of hearts, but you do not, because you can't see the card, right? The next thing that happens is the cards get shuffled again. Of course, they get shuffled while you're talking to them. They're memorizing it, burn it into memory, because it's going to be a few minutes before we look at it again. All right, so they're thinking 9 of hearts. We're just shuffling the deck. Now what I'm actually doing, I'm going to let somebody else shuffle the deck. When I take the cards back, I am going to look for a key card, but it's not what you think. I'm not looking at a bottom card. I'm not going to look at the card that they cut to. I want to know the top card. So I do a quick glimpse, just like this. From my angle, I just poke up the card like this. My key card is going to be the King of Hearts, because that is what's on the top of the deck. It's real easy to do while we're handling the cards and while we're talking to them. I just do one of these. I'm freezing right now so you can see what I'm doing. That actually is a super exposed view, but I'm looking at the index on this card. I can see it's the King of Hearts, but you can do that very quickly, right? You can even mix them up a little bit and do a quick one of these and go, okay, now what we want to do, I just looked at it. So now I know the King of Hearts is on the top of the deck. That's actually going to be my key card. Now, they're thinking of 9 of Hearts. I'm thinking of King of Hearts. Gets a little bit confusing because we're going to think of another card here in a second. I say to this other spectator, while they're holding on to their chosen card, whatever it may be, you're going to decide where the card goes. You're going to say stop wherever you want me to stop. When they do, I'm going to do something called a slip cut. And I'm going to put this key card from the top onto the deck so it'll be paired up with that one. Watch. You say stop wherever you want. They'll say stop right there. Okay. And I make a big deal of this. Oh, look, you stopped me at the Jack of Hearts. Well, we're going to put the card by the Jack of Hearts. Well, now they think, well, that's no fair, right? Okay, so put your card right there. What we're really doing is we're putting it on the King of Hearts because I just moved by that slip cut. I just moved the King of Hearts there. And then we go, oh, wait a minute. Maybe we better not do that. Maybe we better mix these up too. And I make sure to not look at these cards, mix these up, especially for the magicians in the room. They can go, wait a minute, how's he going to do a key card if he can't see the card that's next to that one? Because I did it in reverse order. I know the one beneath it because of the slip. We go like this, and now I know what card to look for. Remember, mine was King of Hearts. So for the first time, I'm going to discover their card now. And we spread it out like this. I'm going, I want to make sure you can see your card. I just caught it because I looked for the King of Hearts. I noticed what was under, what it was next to was a 9 of Hearts, right? You can see right here. And that's all I'm doing, but I'm acting like I'm not looking. I'm going to look away. The reason I'm going to look away is because I want you to take your card out and move it. And they'll do that. So they would take their 9 of Hearts and they could just move it right over here, wherever they want. Say, okay, put it, gather it up. And if you'd like to shuffle the deck, you can. They don't have to. Let's say they don't, just for the sake of time. Okay, so they're thinking 9 of Hearts now, and I'm thinking 9 of Hearts. I don't need the King anymore. It helped me find their card. So now what do? Well, I'm going to go through and I'm going to find a card that I think will find their card. They're thinking 9 of Hearts. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go through the deck and look at the card that's next to the 9 of Hearts, whatever it is. So I'm going through here. When I come to their card, and remember I know what it is now, I'm going to say, let's say 10 of clubs, right? I remember 10 of clubs, but I'm going to act like I'm taking the 10 of clubs out right here. I don't tell them what I have. It's just an indifferent card. I know in here that the 10 of clubs and the 9 of hearts are together. I'm going to say, I chose a card. You got to choose a card. So I get to choose a card. But I'm going to put my card in the middle of the deck. Oh, it doesn't matter where it goes. It's a nonsense card. It's nothing. It's a dummy card. And I'm going to put it right there like that. Boom. Let's just hope that my card can find your card. And now all I have to do is call out the card that was next to theirs, right? And when I do, I call out their card. They say they had the 9 of hearts. I tell them what I had, right? I say I had the 10 of clubs. You had the 9 of hearts. Let's see if we can find them. Oh, look it. Here they are. They found each other like best friends should. The 9 of hearts and the 10 of clubs. Okay. I realized that was kind of fast, but it is really easy to do. So if you don't know what the slip cut force is, I've got videos about, I've got a video about 5 forces and I teach a slip cut force of that. And it's really, really simple to do. There's another alternative for this. If you don't want to use a force, a slip cut force, you can just use a regular key card, right? Because most people don't know what that is. And that would look like this. They would take a card, they would memorize it, right? They would memorize, in this case, the King of Hearts. You would know that. You can have these cards all shuffled up all you want to. And all you have to do is maybe memorize the bottom one if you want to do it that way. You can say, hey, say stop, put your card in there, okay? They say stop, and you'd have your key card, and you can move on with the trick if you want to do it that way. Or you can have them select a card. Let's say they have the 7 of clubs this time. That's their chosen card. And you can have their friend mix up the cards. And you can just do the old-fashioned key card thing. Say stop, put it right there, and just look at this card. Have them put it in the middle. I know it's next to the 2 of hearts now. You can do it that way if you want to. And then do that whole thing about, now I got to pick a card. And all you're going to do is look for the card that's next to theirs. Now, I like the idea, though, of spreading them out, letting them move the card. I think that's strong, right? So, because when you spread them out, that's when you discover what the card is, because you're looking at the key. Okay, and then you can look away. You already know what it is, so you're home free. You can just find it however you want to find it. And when you take out a card, just pretend like it's the one next to them, put it in there and go, okay, my card's the whatever it was next to your card. So all I'm doing is I'm combining, in my case, a slip cut, which is a force, but I'm not really forcing a card on them, I'm forcing one on me. I'm using the slip cut force to give me a key card off the top of the deck. It's different. Most people don't do that. Most magicians don't take their own key card off the top of the deck, so that throws them off. That's what's good about that. And then, of course, we're also using not only slip cut, but of course the key card principle. So it makes it easy, right? That is the type of tutorial you might have to play back a couple of times, because there's certain steps in there that you may not be familiar with unless you watch it a couple of times. And you can make your own variation, decide how you want to do that key card move. If you want to do the slip cut, or if you want to do straight, look at the bottom of the card, the Hindu key, all of that makes it worth doing. So I've got videos about the Hindu key. I've got videos about the slip cut force. Watch those first, and then this will be even more powerful for you to use. And again, do it your own way. Make a variation of it that makes it even more entertaining and powerful for your audience too.